Former Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson has claimed that, while the BBC used to be the go-to solution for knowing what to believe, that is no longer the case. The Clarkson's Farm star spoke about how the modern-day media cycle means we are living in a news jungle, and therefore unable to separate fact from fiction. Clarkson, 64, opened up about his difficulty with trusting various news sources as he discussed the recent reports about former U.S. President Donald Trump. Politician and businessman Trump, 77, was found guilty on all counts in his New York criminal trial, becoming the first former or sitting president to be convicted of a crime. While he still hopes to return to the White House for a second term, it might be more difficult for him after a panel of 12 Manhattan jurors unanimously convicted him on 34 counts of falsifying business records on Thursday, with sentencing set for July 11. Speaking about the historic trial in his column for The Sun, Clarkson expressed, "This week, Donald Trump was found guilty of fraud on 34 charges of falsifying business records to pay off a porn star. It's a done deal. It's clear-cut. Or is it? And here we are, not knowing what's going on. Are the courts in America now political? Who knows? Newspapers used to be where we went for clear guidance, and I still read them avidly," he added, before pointing out the dangers of using social media as a news source. "But I am also on social media, where everyone with vocal cords is given an equal chance to express his or her, or their, views. No matter how bonkers those views might be. So you get half of them saying Trump is guilty and half saying he isn't," he complained. Jeremy then went on to explain how he used to consider the BBC to be the place to go for reliable, unbiased reporting. He said, "That used to be the go-to solution, but now it's too busy decrying capitalism on Doctor Who to notice that its news agenda is as far to the left as GB News is to the right." And we saw the BBC's colours this week when, after Nigel Farage had quoted the Polish Prime Minister in a speech about immigration, the news anchor said, "Nigel Farage with his customary inflammatory language there." The BBC was forced to apologise to former Brexit party Nigel Farage earlier this week after breaking its own impartiality rules. The incident occurred when the right-wing politician defended describing European migration as an invasion at a Reform UK press conference. Following his speech, BBC journalist Geeta Guru Murthy said Farage was using customary inflammatory language. This prompted Farage to demand an apology from the broadcaster over Guru Murthy's choice of words, and the journalist apologised 2 hours later, admitting she hadn't met the standard for BBC's editorial standards on impartiality. Farage has since publicly accepted the apology. Express.co.uk contacted the BBC, who chose not to comment further. While many Amazon Prime Video viewers may know Clarkson for appearing on Diddley Squat Farm besides pal Caleb Cooper and girlfriend Lisa Hogan, others will best remember him from his days hosting Top Gear with James May and Richard Hammond. It has been nearly a decade since the trio departed the BBC show, going on to film the Grand Tour together, following a dramatic on-set incident. At the time, Clarkson's contract with the BBC was not renewed after he physically assaulted a producer. Since then, Clarkson has found new success on Amazon Prime, with a third season of Clarkson's Farm recently being released.